Hello and welcome back, my dear students. I am Anushka Sundaram, your computer teacher, and in this video we will learn more about the world of computers. So, for this we will be using our curriculum book, which is Cyber Hub by Educare Publishers. Right now, let's jump on to the contents page and see what are the chapters that we're going to study throughout this course. So, the number one chapter is number system. Which is simply put the language of computer, and you know that for sure that computer does not understand English, Hindi or anything. It just understands 0 and 1. Then we have charts in Excel 2010. Third, we will study more about G Suite apps by Google, which include all the applications that Google provides us for free. Then we will study about Adobe Animate CC, frames and symbols, and so on and so forth. So let's jump on to the first chapter, which is number system, and see what we have there. So that is 7th page number, right? So number 1, number system. So in this chapter we will study about the concepts of number system, why does it exist, why are we supposed to learn it, and the kinds of number system that we have. So basically there are 4 sorts of number system. Number 1 is binary. So binary, you know what is binary. Binary means 2, that is 0 and 1, right? Decimal number system. Decimal, again, you know what is decimal, something that has the value of 10. So decimal number system has numbers with the number base 10. It is the common number system that we use, which starts, the digits that we use in here are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So 0 to 9, right? So then we have decimal number system, which is the system that we use commonly and we study in our mathematics. It is the number system that we have saved in our mind. It includes 10 digits. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So we have our numbers begin from 0 and go until 9, right? These are the digits that we use. Then we have octal number system. Now octa means 8, right? So in octal number system we use 8 digits. So we will begin with 0 and count until 7, right? Then we have hexadecimal. So hexa means 6 and decimal means 10. So a kind of number system that has 15 numbers or 15 as base. Now the digits that we will use in hexadecimal will be so we have to take it until 16, right? So we will begin from 0, we'll go until 9, so that is 10. Our 10 is completed. Now for 10 we will use A, for 11 we will use B, for 12 C, for 13 D, and like that until 15, right? So we'll use 0 to 9 as numbers, and then we will use A until F for to signify digits from 10 to 15, right? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So this is the basic number system. Now with the idea in place, now let's learn more through the text. So it begins with saying that, so when you type words and numbers, the computer translates them into number. Yeah, we know that it just does not understand what we speak, English, Hindi or anything. It understands. Yeah, and kindly note here that even colors, outlines of drawings, audio and video, they are translated and stored as large numbers. Now can you grasp this idea? Because it's really a surprise to us that, whatever we save, even our gaming applications, which are very densely data heavy files, even they get saved as large numbers. The computer understands them as large numbers. Now the technique to represent and work with numbers is called the number system. It is basically the way we organize and we represent and showcase our data, right? Our numbers. And A computer can understand these combinations of numbers and respond accordingly. It's an organized way to represent numbers. Right, children? Do mark this in your book. We just read and we just understood a basic idea in the index. Now we will learn more in the details. So decimal. It has 10 as its base. It is the most widely used number system. So why it is widely used? Because everywhere in text or in common understanding in the markets, we use this system. Then we have binary. It has 2 as its base and represents numeric value using the two symbols 0 and 1. Octal. It has 8 as its base and uses 0 to 7. Hexadecimal. It has 16 as its base and uses 16 distinct symbols. We just learnt about that, right, children? So hexa means 6 and decimal means 10. So how many numbers are we supposed to have in the base? That is 16. So if you can learn and use these mnemonics to understand, to just feed and save this in your memory, it will be very easy for you to proceed in the next parts of this chapter, right? So let's begin. Base representation. So what does base mean? So it means this. So 35 and brackets base. So base is represented using this. We call it subscript, right? We write a number here like that. X is a number, and then we denote the base here. So let's say if I write 10, so that means the X is a number which has the base 10, and 10 means decimal. So if there's a number Y and we want to denote that it's a hexadecimal number, it will be denoted like this. So how it will be denoted? Like this. So X and Y are not alphabets, but they're just symbols to tell you that there's a number here, right? And there's an interesting fact which probably many of you must know here already. Aryabhatta was the mathematician who introduced the concept of zero, who gave the concept of zero to the world, without whom the number system could not work as it does today, right? So now we will learn in depth about the decimal number system. The system that we use in our day-to-day life is the decimal number system. It has base 10, uses 10 digits, uses from 0 to 9, and it is derived from the Latin word decem, which means 10. So now we will take the example of the number 3240, 3240, that consists of digit 0 in the unit position. So we know that this is the unit position, this is the tens positions, this is the hundreds position, and this is the thousands position, right? So what does that mean is, so when a number is in the ones place, right? So when it is in ones place, it means that the number 0 into 10 to power 0, right? So 10 to ones means 1. You must also be aware about this fact that any number raised to the power 0 is equals to 1. I am sure you must have learned that in your maths class, and if you have not, please pay attention, right? And just learn about this fact. Now, what does 40 mean? 40 means 4 into 10. And what does 10 mean? 10 means 10 raised to the power 1. Any number raised to the power 1 is the number itself. Alright? Great. So far we have learnt two simple things. 10 raised to the power is equals to 0 is equals to 1. 10 raised to the power 1 is equals to 10. Now, what does 200 mean, children? 200 mean 2 into 100. And what does 100 mean? 100 mean 10 raised to the power 2. So I'll write here again, 10 raised to the power 2 is equals to 100. Right? Now, what does 3000 mean, children? 3000 mean 3 into 10 to the power 3. 10 to the power 3 means 1000. Right? So with that we have learned the basic of this system. So this can be learnt as the weightage of each number. This method is known as the expanded form, and the value of the number is found by multiplying the digit with the weight of its position. So a number is a number simply, but if it is in the position of the number determines the value of the number, the position of the number. So if the 3 is in the ones place, it is 3, but if the 3 is in the thousand place, that means 3 into 1000. Right. Okay, so one more important fact bit here. The number that is in the thousand place or the highest place, right, that is the most significant digit, and the number that is in the last position, ones position, it is the least significant digit. And it's very simple idea if you just think about it. Which number will have more value? So 3000 will have more value, or 200 will have more value, or 40 will have more value. So if you compare 3 and 2, which is more significant, 3000 or 200? Of course 3000 more significant, right? And if you look about here, 2 and 4, which is more significant, 200 or 40? So with that, let's proceed to the next thing. Now let's proceed to the simpler and the easier number system, which is binary, the number system of our computers. It consists of 2 digits. It has 0 and 1. It has base 2. So base is simply the quantity of numbers that a number system has. This has the base of 2 because it includes only 2 numbers, 0 and 1. It is the easiest way to carry instructions through electronic signals, as its 2-state system, on and off. On is represented as 1 and off as 0, right? We already discussed this before. And each binary digit is called a bit, and binary number systems is also a positional value system where each digit has a value expressed as a power of. Now if in the number system that we commonly use, if a number has the value of 101, it means that the number is 1 into 10 to power 0, that is 1 into 10 to power 0. It has, and this means that 0 into 10 to power 1. So 0 multiplied by anything is again 0. Now this means that it is 1 into 10 to the power 2. So that means it is 100. And if we add them all, 10 to the power 2, that is 100, plus 1 into 10 to the power 0, 101. Right. So similarly children, in this system as well, our values are determined by the positions of the number as well as the weightage, which is expressed as the power of 2. So this will be the least significant bit and this will be the most significant bit, right? Right. So it is very easy to design simple and accurate electronic circuits that operate with only 2 voltage levels. For this reason, almost every digital system uses binary number system as the basic number system for its operations. And again, another fact bit, this system was invented by the German mathematician Gottfried Leibniz. Right. Now we will learn how to convert decimal to binary number system. So if we have a number 75, the number system that we use, which is decimal, now we want to convert it into a binary number system. So we will simply take the LCM of the number and make note of our remainders each time. So let's begin. 2 and 75. So it will be 37, right? But we have one remainder. So 37 2s are 74 and then we have 1 as a remainder. Now we will again do that with 2. So 18, 1, then 2 9s are 18, 0 is remainder, 2 4s are 8, 1 is remainder here, 2 2s are 4, 0 remainder, 2 1s are 2, 0 remainder. Now we will take 0 here additional. So why we've done it? Because 1 will come here and this 1 will serve as a remainder because we cannot divide 1 by 2, right? But this 1 will has to serve as a remainder here. So now what we will do? We will simply write down the numbers in the reverse order. 1 0 0 1 0 1 1. This is how we've simply converted our number to binary number system. For example, I'll do here. So if we have 16, right? Now what we will do, I'll divide it by 2, 8, 0 remainder, 4, 0 remainder, 2, 2, 0 remainder, 2, 1. So what we will do, we will reverse the order like this. 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. This is how we have converted our 16 into 1000, like binary number system. So 1, 0, 0, 0 is 16 in binary. Cool. So let me raise this a bit. Now we have another example as well, right? So this time we have 256. 256, we'll divide it here with 128, 0's remainder, 64, 0, 32, 0, 16, 0, 8, 0, and goes until 2. So again 0 remainder. Now 2 ones are 2, and we know that we have to get this here as a remainder, so we will write 0 here, and then we will reverse the order. So 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That is 256 in binary, right? And if we count the digits, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, right? So we have 9 digits here. So now we will convert binary to decimal. We know how to convert decimal to binary now. We have to simply keep on dividing the number with 2, and each time make note of the remainder, and at last when we are done dividing, we have to reverse the order, reverse our remainders and write that, and that is the number in binary system. Now we will see how to very easily convert a number from binary to decimal. So the rules and the steps are written here. Each digit of the given binary number with 2 to the power 0 starting from the very first digit. Now we will assign a weight to every number. Okay, a weight to the every power using power to the power of 0 to the power of 2. Now increase the power of 2 by 1 for each multiplication. Add all the numbers to get the equivalent decimal number. So we know which is the least significant bit here. We know which is the most significant bit, that is here. To the leftmost side, that is the most significant number. Okay, so with that, let's begin. 0 multiplied by 2 to the power 0, which is 0, because 0 multiplied by anything is 0. 1 multiplied by 2 to the power 1, and 2 to the power 1 is 2. So 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. 2 to the power 2 is 4. 4 multiplied by 1 is 4. 2 to the power 3, it's 8. But 8 multiplied by 0, that is 0. Okay children. Now 2 to the power 4 is 16. 16 multiplied by 1, that is 16. Now we will add all these numbers and we will have our required decimal number. And isn't it so easy children? Now we'll take a big number, but I'm sure now you've got the hang of it and it will become just a second nature. It will be very easy for you as well. So let's begin. So this time we have 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1. It approximately it has 9 digits, right? We will begin with the least significant bit. So it works like that. So 1 into 2 to the power 0. 2 to the power 0 is 1. 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. Then we have 1 into 2 to the power 1. That is 2. 2 to the power 2 into 0 does not matter because 0 multiplied by 0 is 0. 2 to the power 3, it is 8, but it multiplied by 0 is 0. 2 to the power 4, that is 16. 16 multiplied by 1, 16. 2 to the power 5, that is 32. So if you write here 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, that is 2 to the power 5. 2 to the power 4, 2 into 2, 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16, 16 to the 32. So we have converted 2 to the 5, 2 to the power 5 into its value of 32, like that. 2 to the power 6 is 64, but multiply by 0, it's 0. 2 to the power 7 is 128, but again multiply by 0, it is 0. 2 to the power 8 is 256, and 1 multiplied by 256 is 256. Now we will add all these numbers. We will get the result of 307, which is our the required decimal number. Right, children? Now we will proceed on our next number system, which is octal. It has the base of 8, uses 8 digits with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Is derived from the Latin word octo, which means 8. I'm sure you are all aware about this, because in mathematics we also study about octagon. And what is octagon? A figure, a closed figure with 8 edges, right? In this system, each digit has its value expressed in the powers of 8, right? So 8 to the power 0, because it's the least significant bit. 8 to the, and as we move left side, 8 to the power 0, 8 to the power 1, 2, 3, we can see that the powers of our number 8 are increasing, right? Now we will look at the way we can convert octal to decimal. Multiply each digit by the given octal number by the power of 8 to the power of 0, starting from the very digit from the right. We'll begin from the least significant bit. Okay, so if there's a number that is 745, now we want to convert it into decimal. So the pattern remains same. So the procedure remains same. We have to multiply the number with the weightage of the number, and weightage of the number is the base raised to the power something raised to the power position of the number, right? So fifth is in the least significant place, which is 0. 5 into 8 to the power 0. 8 to the power 0 is 1. So 5 multiplied by 1 is 5. 4 into 8 to the power 1. 4 into 8, the 8 to the power 1 means 8. And 4 into 8, 32. Yes, we know that. Now 8 into 8 is 8 to the power 2 means 8 into 8, which is 64. Right. So 8 star 8 is equal to 64. Now we will have to multiply 7 by it. Okay. So 7 4s are 28. I'll get carry here. 7 6 are 42, 44. Like that. And hence we have solved this. So now we add all these numbers, right? And we will get the required decimal number, which is 485. Now I want to give you a simple number that is supposed to convert from octal to decimal. So the number is 143. Do convert this number from octal to decimal, right? But I'll just give you a hint. So you have to do it like this: 3 into 8 to the power 0, 4 into 8 to the power 1, 1 into 8 to the power 2, and we will have our desired number. So it will be 64 plus 32 plus 3, because it will be 1. So 3, 32 and 64. Now add that and you will have the desired number. Let's proceed to the next number system, which is hexadecimal number system. It has the base 16, hexa means 6 and deci means 10. So 0 to 9 are the numbers that we're going to use, and then for 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15 we have alphabets, right, which denote the numbers respectively. So it's also a positional value system where each digit has its value expressed in the powers of 16, like that. So least significant bit means that the number multiplied by 16 raised to power 0. The second significant bit will mean that number multiplied by 16 into 1, right? So now we will convert a number in the power of from hexadecimal to decimal. So 4b is the number. Now you might think 4b does not sound like a number to me, but it is a number in the hexadecimal system. So 4b means b. What is the value of b? So 0 to 9 we have the numbers. A means 10. So b will mean 11. So we will write the value of number here 11 into 16 to the power 0. Why? Because it is the least significant bit. So 16 raised to the power 0 means 1. 1 into 11 means 1. Now we will multiply 4 into second. What is the value and what is the weightage of this place? Is this position? This position is 0. This position is 1. So 4 into 16 to the power 1 means 64. We have simply found the number that 4b in hexadecimal means 75 in decimal. So isn't this very easy? Now let me help you and convert a number called from 2a to 2a from hexadecimal to decimal system. Right. So a position means 10 and the weightage of this number is 16 raised to the power 0. Right. So 16 raised to the power 0 means 1, which is equals to 10, because 10 multiplied by 1 is 10. Now 2. What is the weightage of this place, children? The weightage is 16 raised to the power 1. And what is 16 multiplied by 2? It means 32. So now we will add 2 and 4. So 2a simply means 42 in decimal system. This is so simple, right? Now you have an exercise to convert these numbers. From 345 is the octal. You have to convert both of them into decimal. A to 4c. Right, we converted a to, but you have to change the position. So the numbers will be the same, but you have to change the weightage of the number. Right, a means 10, c means 12. Now let's do binary arithmetic, which means addition, subtraction and multiplication. Right, all digital computers represent data as collection of bits. A bit is the smallest bit of information in the computer. It can be in one of the two states, on or off, 1 or 0. The data given by 0, the user is converted into binary language for processing. We can perform all these arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division on all the binary numbers. Now let's begin to see the rules on how we can add, multiply, divide, subtract the binary numbers. Right, so a and b. So if the value of a is 0 and value of b is 0, so 0 plus 0 will mean 0. That this denotes the sum. Right, and carry also. So there is no point of carrying anything further. If we add 0 and 1, it will mean 1, but there will be no carry. Okay, so if we add 1 and 0, it will mean 1. The sum will be 1, but the carry will be nothing, because 1 and 0 will take forward no carry. Now we will add 1 and 1. Now mind that, children, if we add 1 and 1, the sum will be 0, but there will be carry forward. So if we example add number like this, so 1 and 1 will be 0, but there will be a carry further to the left side. So 1 and 1, again this will be 0 and we'll have a carry here, which we will simply write because there's nothing to add in here. So the answer of 0 and 1 plus 1 and 1 will be 1, 0, 0. Now if you want to convert this into decimal, how will you convert? 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2. So this means, children, that this 100 means 100 in binary means 4 in decimal, the system that we use. So compute 1101 plus 1011 from binary. These are the bases. So 1101, 1011, right. So 1 and 1 will be 0, but there will be a carry forward. 0 and 1 will be 1, but we have additional 1. 1 and 1 will be 0, but there will be additional carry forward here to the left side. Now we have 1 and 0 again it will be 1, but 1 and 1 will be carry forward, so we present 0 here. Now we will write 1 here, so 1 and 1 will be 0, 0 and 1 will be 1, but there will be a carry forward which we will write simply here. So 1101 plus 1011 will mean 11000. You can see there's a expansion of digit here, which is because we had to carry something. Now we will study the system of subtraction. So 0 minus 0, that is 0, there will be no borrow. 0 minus 1, so if there's 0 here and 1 in the lower place, it will be 1. The subtraction will be 0, but there will be the concept of borrowing. So just like that, like, you know, if we ever in the normal system, in the normal subtraction system that we use, so if we have to subtract a number which is lower than the upper digit, lower than the significant digit of the other number, what we do, borrow something. So if we borrow here, it will become 14, and then we can just simply solve that. So it will get 5, but this 1 will be denoted to 0, right? So we'll have this as the answer. Now similarly in this system we will also do that, right? So 1 minus 0 is equals to 1, 1 minus 1, it will be 0, and there will be no concept of borrowing altogether. Now we'll solve an example to help you more clarify this thing. So we will subtract 1110 minus 100. So 0 minus 0 is 0 minus 0 is, children, 0. There is no borrowing. 1 minus 1 0 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, and we have simply 1 here. That's it. So this way we have solved, right? Now we will learn about binary multiplication, which is the last concept of this chapter. So 0 multiplied by 0 is 0. 0 multiplied by 1 is 0. 1 multiplied by 0 is 0, and 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. So this is very easy. Anything multiplied by 0 becomes 0, right, children? So this is how we'll do it. So for example, we have 11010 into 101. So how will we solve it? So for the ones case, we will write the numbers just like that, because 1 multiplied by 0 0, 1 multiplied by 1 1, 1 multiplied by 0 0, 1 multiplied by 1 1, 1 multiplied by 1 is equals to 1. So like that. For the case of 0, we will put a cross here, and then we'll write all the numbers as 0. Then we'll put 2 crosses because it's the third digit here. Then we will write the number again, and then we will add the numbers here. So 0. So children, we have completed the chapter of the number system, and I hope that everything is clear to you. But if not, try to solve these exercises, and if you find any problem, just comment or WhatsApp to me. I will help you solve each one of them. Thank you so very much. Take care, children. Bye bye.